For 5 years on duty inside Chicago's Union Grand Terminal, Sergeant Ben Carter thought he had seen everything. Endless marble floors, constant noise, the smell of cheap coffee and commuters rushing past. Nothing ever changed. Nothing ever surprised him. Until one Tuesday morning when routine turned into a shield for something much darker. That day, Carter and his partner, a 100-pound German shepherd named Ekko, were doing a standard sweep through the crowded concourse. Trains boarding, babies crying, people arguing on phones, the same chaotic symphony of travel they heard every morning. But right in the middle of that chaos, Ekko suddenly froze. His entire body stiffened, ears locked forward, nostrils flaring. Something or someone had triggered him. Carter followed Ekko's intense stare toward a woman and 3 children walking quickly through the crowd. The woman, later identified as Eva Thorne, looked polished, composed, and in control. But one of the children, a small girl with brown pigtails, lagged behind, her tiny hand gripping the woman's coat. Her name, they would later learn, was Chloe. Carter saw nothing unusual at first, but Ekko refused to move. Then Carter noticed it. Chloe's small hand tapping twice, pause. Then 3 more taps. 5 taps. Repeated. Silent. Hidden. A signal too subtle for humans to catch, but Ekko sensed the distress instantly. He started to growl, a low, protective sound he only used when someone was in danger. Eva turned, forcing a smile. "Is there a problem, officer?" But her eyes were trembling. Carter kept his voice calm. "Routine check, ma'am." But Chloe looked straight at Ekko, her lips trembling. Barely audible over the station noise, she mouthed, "Help us." That was enough. Carter whispered, "Go time, partner." Ekko lunged, not to attack but to block Eva's escape, barking so loud the entire terminal fell silent. Eva panicked and tried to run. Officers rushed in. Her handbag hit the inspection table, and the truth spilled out. Not weapons, not drugs, but fake passports, IDs, photos of missing children, dozens of names, one woman's face. Multiple identities. Chloe's voice cracked as she whispered, "She said we'd all be together again." But the other kids never came back. The realization punched Carter in the chest. This wasn't a custody battle. It was a trafficking operation moving children from station to station like shadows. Within an hour, the terminal was locked down. Eva was in custody. Her burner phone still sent a faint GPS signal, leading to a warehouse on the city's south side. A location where the rest of the missing children might be held. They had minutes, maybe less. At 2 a.m., Carter, Ekko, and a tactical team arrived at the warehouse district. Silent, cold, abandoned. Ekko sniffed the air and moved with surgical focus. He stopped at a locked metal door, growling just once, the signal that he had found something. They broke inside and saw them, 4 terrified children huddled together, wrapped in thin blankets, eyes wide with fear. Relief washed over the entire team. But the operation wasn't finished yet. A black SUV screeched away from the alley. Carter yelled, "Ekko, go!" The dog bolted like lightning. The driver tried to escape, but Ekko leaped, grabbed the man's sleeve through the open window, and forced the vehicle to spin out. Carter cuffed the accomplice, a man named Victor, who growled, "You don't know who we work for. This is bigger than you." But he was wrong about one thing. They had saved the children, every single one. Back at the terminal hours later, Chloe ran into her parents' arms. The reunion was raw, emotional, unforgettable. She then rushed to Ekko, hugging him tightly. "Thank you," she whispered. "You're my hero." Carter gently removed Ekko's worn canine badge tag and handed it to her. "He's part of your story now," he said. "And you're part of his." Later that day, as sunlight hit the marble floors, Carter realized something chilling. Eva wasn't a mastermind. She was a pawn, forced into the ring by threats to her own family. Even villains were victims in someone else's chain. But Ekko didn't think about villains or heroes. He only listened for the quiet things humans missed, a 5-tap signal, a whisper, a silent plea. And because he listened, 6 children were going home.